next process will be the issuing the raw material for this particular product and for this particular process. Okay. So to do that, we have to, when we are selecting a row, you can observe here the data is getting changed. Okay. There are three tabs. One is another is material one apart from the routing, and there is another there is the transaction tab also available. What will be the data will come here. So what are the processes to be done for this particular product according to the routing which we have been set it on the, first of all we set the routing code on the style master data. We selected the routing code here. Next one is that based upon that, when we created the production plan, at that time also that particular routing code was assigned here. Okay, now we created two routings differently at the two but let be earlier this there was a routing with the two process. Now that it has been changed with the three process as well. So there can be a process in what it can be added also in route because there is the routing was 13 and now here is 11. When we are creating the route production plan, at that point of time, what was the routing code in the style master data, that will system is going to pick it up. Now we are going to create any production plan, so it will pick the routing code number 13. Next is that there was a bomb. So bill of material was fetched from the this particular bill of material screen, which is in the tech pack itself. So bill of material was fetched from here, and based upon that, the bomb code was fetched here. So these three things was important, and based upon that, whatever the routing was created, so that routing is showing here according to the production plan. Next is that there is a material tab. In material tab, what raw material codes are and what is the description of it is any raw material is required in any part of the garment. As mentioned, there can be a two-piece garment also, top and leggings. So in that case, that particular part of the garment will get displayed here. Next is that the process. Exactly this particular product is required in item or raw material is required in which process. So now what is the total required quantity and plant quantity and what has been issued and what is the required now. So at nothing has been issued. Now we can issue the raw material to this particular plan. So to do that, there is an option available in material, which we can call issue material for production. So in this, you can open this. Now there was one setting available. Okay, there was an one setting available, which is we enabled earlier in production. Issue material by lot and colors. That means we have to generate the lot and issue material according to the lot. In case we haven't generated any lot for this particular plan, we can open this plan and go to the BOM, and in that we can say schedule. As we already seen that this way we can update and we can generate the production schedule from here according to the set ratio, and we can update this. So when you do this, now you will be able to issue a raw material according to that particular production lot. For that, you have to select that particular generated lot, but it will ask you to select a process as well. So when you do that, Okay, let's see. I have another production order. So we'll do it in the another production order here. Wait. So in issue itself, you have to select lot and okay, let's see. We'll choose this particular plan. Okay. So when you do this, already the plan quantity has been issued in this particular plan, yes. So just to do that, I'm going to create another plan here uh, immediately to use this. To create a plan, it will take just few seconds. I can select my style, then I can select my order. One day and 2 days are required. Then I have to select my T&A template. My quantity is already calculated here. And now I can add this. When I add this, I will open at this particular production plan. I will generate my T&A and I will generate my production orders. Next is that I have to refresh it. Once I refresh this, I can go here. I have to open the plan to generate a schedule. I'll generate a schedule here. I'll update this. Okay. Okay. And now I have to release the my order. When I do this, I can go for the issue of the raw materials. I have to select a process and the okay. So this combination must be selected according to the like you have to select a process and the plan. According to that only, the raw material calculations will get like you will be able to see exactly what is required quantity here. Now the lot is just a single one. So according to that, plan quantity and required quantity is coming according to that. As and when you are selecting the plan, in case there are two, three plans available, so based upon that required quantity will get changed. And you are able to see here is the detail which is coming from the this particular plan, because in plan itself we are having the raw materials exactly. So now what you can do, we have to do under this particular activity. For this, we are going to issue the raw material to this particular process and this particular lot. In that case, you can see here the quantity which is selected or for the to issue or like transfer this particularly for the production flow. So it is showing as a 0. And there is another tab which is available as and when we are selecting whatever the batches for this these items will get will system is show here. Now to do selection of the batches, how we can do here. There is a button available which is saying that stock, like stock detail, and in that you can select exactly of which raw material batches you want to see. In case if you say show all items, all batches will get displayed here. Apart from that, if you want to select a item to filter out the batches, you can select it. When you select this, you will notice that planned quantity and required quantity is getting here. Based on that, you will be able to select your the batch. Next is that there is a project available. So when you are dealing with there is a one setting available in the setting of the FashionNX, which is related to project. So if you do this, enable this, so in whatever the batches available in that related to that particular project will get only displayed here. Okay. So the purpose is any another project raw material should not be get used in any another production, or you can say the style. So to control that, you will be able to see if you enable this, if you enable this, so only uh, related to in case I'm okay, let I'm not going to do this because we have to revisit this again, but immediately we'll make it to showcase that setting. I will come to this screen after doing this. So when you filter it out this particular uh, items, then you can select any row from which row you want to, from which batch you want to issue a quantity here. So you can put that quantity which is the required one and you can apply it. When you do this, you just notice that there is the batch got scanned and you can say okay. When you do this, you can see here whichever the batch you have selected for which item is got updated here. Next is that you have to select another item. So accordingly, the batches will get selected. Apart from that, what are the reasons you are issuing this particular raw material that can be selected over there itself. So you are issuing it the material against the plan or anything is against the excess quantity required or against the rejections. There can be a different reasons of the customers for the issuing the excess raw materials. So at that point of time, what is the reason that can be got selected? Next is that when you select this, you can do a same thing for the this particular item as well. So I cannot do this here. Okay, this is there is no quantity properly available. So I can select any of the another batch and I can say apply it here. So when I do this, whatever the quantity or batches I have selected got updated here of those items. And apart from that, you can see here my quantity also got updated now. And the balance quantity is getting showing as a 0. So one is that I'm not going to sorry, let's see, I will complete this activity, but I will do it in a partial way. Okay, I'm not going to issue entire quantity here. So to do that, again, I'm going to issue this and selecting a process. Again, going to stock. There is another option available. Uh, you can filter it out. And in case you want to issue this particular raw material instead of this, I am issuing the 100 quantity here. That is okay. And of this item as well, I am going to do this, the 100 quantity of this item. So what happens when we do it partially? Okay, you can see here the balance quantity is showing here. Okay, and what is the reason? There can be a different reason for the different items of the while the showing the raw material, or else there can be a there can be a one reason also that can be also selected on the header level. So what happens when we do this? We will add this particular document. It will ask me to save it and it will ask me for the post to it. So there was in a setting I will showcase you this particular document when it will get posted from this warehouse to this warehouse inventory is getting transferred. Okay, not directly. It is not going to make a goods issue for production or goods issue document. It is just a transferring the inventory from one warehouse to another warehouse. So you can say that transfer. As and when you do this, You can go back, you can see that this document is got posted. And in case if we will go and see in the transaction of the SAP B1, there also you can see inventory transfer is created. Inventory transfer of this particular quantity you can see here we created just now according to the history. Okay, so this has been created as a transfer. What happens whatever the when we are going to issue the remaining quantity of this particular lot uh, and that particular process. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to select this also. So you can see here the already issued quantity got updated now. Okay, and whatever the remaining quantity I am going to issue, I can issue it. So there are two methods. One is also another method is also available here. I can directly enter the batch number here. What is the inventory available in batch will get displayed here. So that way or that approach also we can see here. So this is the batch number. I can select copy. I'm going to copy here and I'm going to scan here. So in case if someone is having this facility of scanning that can be used, whatever the remaining quantity of that particular item is showing that is here, I can apply it. As and when I apply, this is got updated and again there is a batch selection is also got captured. Further, we can select another item batch also from in the same manner and okay, so I can apply it. So there are two things we have seen in, even the full quantity we can transfer it and we can transfer the partial quantity as well. And I can add it and I can post it. I can select a reason of for that and uh, I have to post the inventory. Again, the transfer inventory document has been created. So in the standard itself, one is that. Second one thing you can see here, if I go and again to select that particular process and everything, so it is showing the row in the green color. That means whatever the quantity you were required or planned that has been issued. Okay, so now the requirement quantity got zero. So that so for initially we will get an idea exactly the raw material is already issued. So this way you can issue a raw material for the first process. This is the first process. And in the raw material tab, you can see here the issued quantity is not showing now, but if I select this particular row, it will get updated here. So for the cutting process, we have issued the fabric. So when we do this, you can see here that we have to perform these activity along with that. One is that issue a raw material on floor, that is okay. We have to issue particular plant quantity for the because there are two things. One is the issuance of the raw material. Another is that issue and receipt from the process. So what are the quantity we are providing for the like as a for the work. So that for that we will make a issue entry, and whenever the quantity of the from the process is got like completed or like is ready to report as a the task has been completed or the process has been completed. In that case, we will make an entry of the receipt. So go into this entry, we can see that what we have issued a raw material, it is showing on us on the plan as well. There is one of the material tab available in the production plan. In that you can see what are the raw material we have issued already. One is that 100 quantity we have issued already. And apart from that, there was another transfer of the document which is created. And against this particular lot, uh, that can be, like again, the if lot is generated, then lot lot-wise inventory or lot-wise the color-wise issuance of the raw material, that setting is got enabled. That means system is will ask you for the selector lot. Other than that, it won't allow to issue. So exactly right now it is coming from there on the issue material screen itself, and exactly for which color we have been issued a raw material. So further, these two things will get captured like whenever our inventory, just now inventory is got transferred from one warehouse to another warehouse in this case, but as and when we'll complete the final process, uh, then we will consume this raw material from the inventory, so that time consume quantity will get updated as well.